Hi, my dear friends. We continue our conversation about studying in Canada. In the previous video, we spoke about alignment between your career back at home and the proposed study in Canada so that these two would look cohesive in the eyes of a Canadian immigration officer, and that would help to increase your chances for getting a study visa to Canada. Now it's time to choose a study program, how to make the most of your hard-earned money back at home in order to maximize your chances of getting employed after you finished your study in Canada. Like how to choose the program correctly. There is an interesting trick I will tell you about in this video. So, see, colleges and universities in Canada, well, I believe in most parts of the Western world, are businesses by nature. They create lots and lots of those study programs in order to satisfy the needs of international and domestic students. But when they create these programs, not necessarily programs of study would be aligned with the real market needs, with the real labor market, right? So you definitely want to study something which will help you get employed at Canada. Now, when you're looking at the programs of study, there are lots and lots of vague ones, right? Like, well, take, for example, international business management. What the heck would that mean? And what would be your next step in getting employed in Canada after you finish this program of study? So, in order to make sure that you maximize your chances, what you would have to do is to look at the college or university website, essentially the program website, right? And when you look at the page, you have to look at the future career goals, right? Like future employment. Typically, they would list like a couple of lines explaining you what you would potentially be doing, right? If you want to continue your career in this study field. Once you have learned that, once you got an idea about it, the trick here is to go to the government website. It's called JobBank, jobbank.gc.ca, and it has a marvelous tool for career planning. So you could list the name of your occupation, of desired occupation, and see the prospects by province, by city, right? Like, what is the demand for this specific occupation? What is the demand or will the demand be in the future? Because there are projections. You could see the graphs. You could see how much you could earn when you just enter this career, right? You could get yourself an idea of what exactly your career might be, right? When you enter the job market. Like, is there a demand for this specific occupation in Toronto? Is there oversaturation somewhere in Vancouver, for example? Should I really go for this option or should I choose something else, right? There are lots and lots of these tricks to look into, right? Will my occupation be regulated or not? If it is, right, like what I would be doing before I get myself a license to practice in Canada. So you just go to jobbank.gc.ca, look at the career plans, look at this potential career opportunities, see the program of study, right? And hopefully connect the dots. If they don't connect from the first attempt, probably you have to choose another program of study. Probably you have to reconsider the college because more often than not, I hear the stories, oh, well, look, I paid this and this much for tuition, but that all was spent in vain because my education consultant somewhere back in my home country told me that this is the marvelous program. Trust me, he or she doesn't know that, right? You were the one choosing this program of study. You were the one responsible for your own career goals, and you are the one who should be looking deeper into this. Like it will take 5-10 minutes of your time, but essentially it would just give you a best idea of what you would be doing next, right? And hopefully would populate a little bit of like an idea, right? Like how to move forward towards your immigration to Canada. If you need assistance, of course, feel free to come for the individual consultation. We would look further into your case and hopefully would be able to assist you and your family with immigration to Canada.